Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the cameraman. Today is Monday the 1st of June 2015 and today we're looking at another video by Marshall Masters. This one is called NBC News Reports Nibiru, Yowza.com Planet X System Update Number 2. Now this video has been doing the rounds recently. I note that it has been receiving more views on other channels than Marshall Masters' own Yowza.com YouTube channel, where he has only 4,800 views. Some of the other channels such as Discovery Science, this one has 11,366 views, and this channel called the WTF Files has almost 102,000 views. Now a number of people have asked me to comment on this video, and so we're going to look at that one today and see what's going on in this video. Now originally this was a news report. I'll just go back to Marshall Masters upload. A news report by KCRA-TV News in Sacramento. Now according to Marshall Masters, as you can see in his own video here, where he has added these labels and arrows, he is claiming that what we're seeing in the KCRA news footage is the planet Venus eclipsing Nibiru. So let's take a closer look at that. I'll just bring this back to the beginning and we'll hear the start of Marshall Masters' video and what he has to say about that.
News networks all have the same third rail policy. No way, no how will they ever honestly report any Planet X system observations whatsoever. That being said, this policy, like any other, is subject to the occasional fluke. In other words, it's Murphy's Law. If anything can go wrong, it will, and in the case of NBC News, their affiliate in Sacramento, California, KCRA, was that fluke. In a live pre-dawn telecast on or about January 14, 2014, the morning news anchors of this NBC News affiliate, KCRA in Sacramento, California, aired live video from their own news helicopter. In it, they reported an observation of a planet they could not explain. Let's briefly view that broadcast.
We are back.
Stargazing.
It is a celestial rock.
Awakening.
In space, if you will. Dirk, Dirk, what is it? We're all like, it's a planet? Is it the moon?
Actually,
what is it?
We've been searching, trying to find you in the newsroom because we know you know.
Ask Dirk, what is it?
Well, that's interesting. I mean, Is it the moon? I don't know. You'd have to back up. I'd have to be outside to really see, but that looks like a point of light. And if it's close to the sun, where the sun's coming up, then more than likely that's... I can't believe that we could see Venus that close.
But it is a planet, right? Because it's not twinkling, or is that a myth?
No, I would say that that's a planet, yeah, but
it's Saturn.
It's hard.
Okay, so I'll just pause it there. So we've got a good shot of this object, and I mean clearly these people are not astronomers, so they're not really qualified to be able to identify something at a glance, unless they're into stargazing, unless they're into astronomy as a hobby, of course. But of course, using astronomy software or even your own local knowledge, if you are an astronomer or amateur astronomer, it's very easy to identify what the object is. But let's back up again. There's an important point at the beginning of what Marshall Masters had to say that we need to check here. Let me just find that. Listen carefully to the date that Marshall Masters gives for this news report.
In a live pre-dawn telecast on or about January 14, 2014, the morning...
Okay, on or about January 14, 2014. Well, I understand that Marshall Masters is an ex-CNN staffer, so it surprises me that Marshall Masters could be so careless in his reporting. In fact, this news item was not aired on the morning of on or about the 14th of January 2014. If you go to the KCRA website and have a search through, you can find that this item actually aired on January 23rd, 2014. Now, if we go into Starry Night, which is the same astronomy program that Marshall Masters uses in some of his videos, we can check the position and phase of Venus on January 23rd, 2014. Now, this is set to Sacramento at 6:30 in the morning, and you can see the position of Venus above the horizon. At 6:30 a.m. it was at an altitude of just under 7.5 degrees, and you can see that the sun is below the horizon there at that time, as you would expect at that time in the morning. Now let's zoom in on Venus and check the phase at that time. Let me just center that. As we zoom in on Venus, you can see that there is a very thin crescent phase. Now, Venus, like the Moon, does have phases, and at this time you can see this very thin crescent. Now, just like with the Moon, when the Moon is in a very thin crescent, if you take an overexposed image of Venus, you'll get the same sort of effect that we see in the video as well. So if we go back to Marshall Masters' video and find his diagram, okay, so obviously it looks like it's not such a thin crescent here, but as I say, if you overexpose an image of the Moon when it's a thin crescent, you will get this the same effect where it looks a lot thicker than what it is. But let's take another look at Venus on the 14th of January, which is when Marshall Masters claimed that this news item was aired. So it's changed from the 23rd of January to the 14th of January. And you can see that at 6:30 a.m. Sacramento time, Venus was below the horizon. And even if we change the time so that Venus is above the horizon, we can see that Venus is actually lost in the glare of the sun, which is rising soon after. But the fact remains that the news report on KCRA was actually aired on the 23rd of January, not the 14th of January 2014, as Marshall Masters claims in his video. And this makes all the difference to the claims that Marshall Masters is making in this video, where he fraudulently claims that we are seeing Venus being eclipsed by Nibiru. Now remember too that if Nibiru was bright like this, as indicated by Marshall Masters in his video, then what happened before and after the eclipse of Venus across the disk of Nibiru happened? If that were the case, if we were really seeing an eclipse of Nibiru being caused by Venus passing in front of Nibiru, then before Venus and after Venus passed across the disk of Nibiru, Nibiru should have been extremely bright in the sky for all to see. And what about the days leading up and the days after this event? It would have been there for all the world to see, obviously very easily filmed by this news crew, but nobody else seemed to notice it. You would think that astronomers all around the world would be seeing this. But once again, what we have here is a case of Marshall Masters using imagery that suits his cause to fraudulently claim that we're seeing Nibiru. Now, we've seen this previously with Marshall Masters, where he's used images of lens flares from the Turrialba webcam, the Turrialba volcano webcam. We're seeing lens flares caused by the sun, and in fact we've got videos that show those lens flares in fact in front of the clouds when they should be blocked out by the clouds. If you go to my YouTube channel, you will find a playlist of several videos that I've done debunking Marshall Masters. Some of them are short, some of them are very long and very detailed. Here is the video of the Turrialba volcano webcam with the sun blocked by clouds. This was uploaded by TubeBird. Here is another one by TubeBird. Turrialba volcano webcam, blue Kachina appearing out of a clear blue sky. I also had a very long interview with Alfred Weber, and another interview with Michael Vara from Late Night in the Midlands. Both Alfred Weber and Michael Vara had interviewed Marshall Masters, and then they interviewed me as a follow-up. They both invited Marshall Masters to join me with a live discussion, but Marshall Masters refused to participate, and in the case of Michael Vara, became very hostile to Michael Vara. On the 18th of June 2014, I did upload this video response to Marshall Masters. In some of his videos, Marshall Masters has called me out as being a disinformation agent and so forth. So I called Marshall Masters out to front up to me publicly, either one-to-one via Skype or via a third party such as a radio show that could broadcast the discussion live. As you can see on this video of 18th June 2014, I stated, "It is time for Marshall Masters to front up and respond to my analysis of his Planet X claims." I messaged Marshall Masters several times in August and September of last year, 2013, inviting him to respond to my analysis of his Planet X claims. He never responded. Marshall Masters does not allow any discussion under his YouTube videos. All comments are disabled. This means that Marshall Masters can make any claims he wishes without being challenged directly. He has refused to front up and talk to me on internet radio shows with hosts including Michael Vara of Late Night in the Midlands and Alfred Lambermont Weber. He will not engage in any discussion with me, choosing instead to call me and anyone who supports me a paid disinformation shill. You can see some links there to those other videos as well. But it is now, since the 18th of June 2014, if we check the Marshall Masters clock of shame, we can see it has now been 347 days and 16 hours and 15 minutes since I issued that invitation to Marshall Masters to respond to me directly, but he refuses. And if we go back to his video once again, this is his latest video, and if we scroll down, we can see it was published on the 23rd of April 2015. We can see, as usual, under all of Marshall Masters' videos, comments are disabled for this video. So there we have it. This item was not aired on the 14th of January 2014 as falsely claimed by Marshall Masters. It was aired on the 23rd of January 2014. And when we check Starry Night, we can see that Venus is exactly as it should be at that date and at that time, and that the phase matches exactly what we see in the news report. As always, do check out my Facebook discussion page, Voices of Reason to Explain X, or VORTEX. You'll find a link in the description area. And please remember to subscribe. Thank you for watching.